Namaste, my name is Jade, and thank you for tuning in to Conscious Current Yoga. Today I'm going to take you through just a 10-minute Kundalini practice. We'll tune in, do a few warm-ups, and then we'll do a mantra meditation, and then we'll tune out. And then from there you'll also want to rest for about 3 to 10 minutes before you start doing your next task. Now, I'm doing only 10 minutes because if practicing Kundalini for 30, 60, or even 90 minutes is something that you struggle with, this is a great way to at least start to implement it into your daily or at least weekly routine. Practicing for 60 minutes every single morning was something that I really struggled with. And a part of the commitment to my practice came the realization of I can do what works for me. I don't have to overexert myself and push myself to a point where I'm beating myself up because I'm not reaching my expectation. So starting with 10 minutes is really good, especially if the nervous system is not regulated and not used to all of the intense breathing and the movement and the very particular stance of the spine. If it's new in general, that 10 minutes is a perfect amount of time to do your sadhana every morning, and then maybe every evening. So then you can have 10 minutes in the morning, and then eventually it might feel easier to just continue doing it for longer because the bar isn't so high. So we'll start with rubbing the palms together just so we can begin to generate some heat in the body and the hands, feel the friction. And then we'll plug the hands into the sternum. And we'll tune in. Now, when you do any type of tuning in or chanting or reciting of mantras, it may feel very uncomfortable at first, especially vocalizing and expressing if you're not the type of person that very much exerts themselves or accentuates the voice or feels uncomfortable with speaking and singing, and just it creates a lot of nervousness and jumbling inside. Mantra is a great way to break out of that. And I always feel that when you do mantra and when you tune in and when you tune out, that it should come from the very bellows of the stomach so that it can rise up, and that will prevent the voice box and all of that stuff getting trapped in the throat and sounding very scratchy. And also, when you're putting all of your energy into chanting the mantra or reciting the mantra, you're exerting such an extensive amount of force and energy that in itself is enough of intention. Just completely allowing yourself to feel it in the body. So, especially if you're alone when you're doing your practice, and even if you're in community, really allow yourself to be bold with your voice and be very predominant and express it. You don't have to, what works for you. You don't have to overdo it, but allow it to flow through you in its completeness. And focus on eliminating those thoughts of nervousness or discomfort, and let the mantra and the voice shine through that, because more than likely it's going to sound way more beautiful and feel much better if you just allow it to flow. So we'll inhale. Guru Inhale, lift everything. Squeeze Mula Bandha, rectum, navel, sex organs up and in. And hold the breath at the top. Holding the breath allows us to refine the exhale. Nice, long, slow exhale out. Take the hands to the shins. We want to keep the lumbar spine, the lower part of the spine, relatively stationary, all from the mid-spine and from the upper chest. As you inhale, bring the chest forward. As you exhale, feel the chest round. As you inhale, bring the chest forward. As you exhale, it feels like a round, but you're really bringing it back to center. And it's a catch and throw breath, the breath of fire. Passive inhale, passive exhale. Inhale, squeeze everything up and in like you're zipping up a jacket. Suspend the breath at the top. And nice, long, slow exhale. Now any movement where you're shifting the spine back and forth, side to side, or starting to vibrate the pelvic and the sacrum, all of this, to get any type of movement and stimulation in it and that's why most of Kundalini practice is done sitting down, because you can get everything you need from right here. And Kundalini energy is that spiraling, coiled energy that moves up the spine and down the body. So any type of practice that you do, whether it's hands on the shoulders, back and forth, ego eradicator, or movement of the spine, is going to start to build that fire, the tapas, inside the body. And that is what prepares us for meditation and for relaxation, and helps us to focus so that we can see clearly into the third eye. And this may sound very like of the ethers, but you feel it in the body as you work through it. So we'll move right into our mantra meditation, and we'll only do this for about 2.5-3 minutes. And the mantra is HAR, H-A-R, and we're going to be taking the index finger together. So we have the thumbs come under each other, and we're tapping the sides of the index finger, and then we palms up, tap the pinky, the sides of the pinky, and the sides of the palm. HAR, HAR, like this, right? And we want it right in front of the chest space, and we want to keep our posture relatively nice and straight. We want to keep integrity of the spine, of the shoulders. We want to be relaxed, but we want to be nice and strong and fluid. The mantra HAR is contingent upon the divine creation, the source of light, the feeling of bliss that we all acknowledge exists in the universe, right? And these mantras are not necessary textbook definition, having one word, one meaning. It's more of a feeling that we vibrate, right? So your gaze comes down to your nose, so you can sort of see your fingers while you're doing the meditation. And we'll start now. Har, 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 har. Inhale, cup the palms together, facing out, and just hold it in front of your chest. And slowly exhale, relax the hands, and touch your fingertips to the floor. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and tune out. So we'll rub the palms of the hands together briefly and then just take the hands to prayer center of the heart. And we'll tune out with one long sat and a short nam. Satnam, Namaste. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel. And if you're interested in booking a private online session or to sign up for group yoga classes, visit consciouscurrent.org. And also look for the bar so that you can sign up for the newsletter so that you can get updates on upcoming workshops, new releases for articles, and also any digital content that is coming out. Namaste.